It is almost February and we are potentially 2 weeks away from the next update in Dreamlight Valley, which means we can start speculating. Yes, we are finally back in the classroom. Now, we already have confirmed via a roadmap from the Disney Dreamlight Valley showcase who is coming in this latest update, which is Aladdin and Jasmine. However, we can still speculate about the possible friendship rewards, possible star paths and premium shop items that could come with their update. Please note, this is all speculation. Literally none of this is guaranteed. Anything could happen, but these are just my own personal thoughts and prediction, and I would absolutely love to hear yours too, so feel free to leave them in the comments down below, or you could also join my Discord and we can chat about it in there. The link will of course be in the description. Now, I absolutely love doing these videos. They are some of the most fun and enjoyable for me to make. I look forward to doing them every update. So yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's dive straight in. So the first topic I want to cover is going to be outfits. Now, based on the graphic we had with the roadmap, I think we can make some assumptions about the outfits Aladdin and Jasmine will arrive to the valley in. My theory is that Aladdin will arrive in his original street rat attire, and Jasmine will come in her iconic teal two-piece set. Now, I do think there is one other strong contender for an outfit for Aladdin, and that would be his Prince Ali outfit. It's an outfit that Aladdin wears during most of the second half of the movie, so I do think this has a very high chance of also coming, but the main reason I doubt this will be the outfit he comes in is based on the image of the roadmap, which actually showcases Aladdin's fez, which he wears with his original outfit. So if the roadmap is any indication, then I'm expecting Aladdin in his original outfit and Jasmine with the iconic teal set as represented by the teal headband that we see in the roadmap. Now, I do also want to talk about potential dream styles, but I think I briefly need to touch on my theories for the star path. So let's cover that. When the Lovely Monster Star Path began last year, I really thought it signalled a change for star paths, where they would potentially combine two opposing themes. Now, as it turns out, I was incredibly wrong. All my following predictions about a joint star path were, they were just completely inaccurate. The Lovely Monster Star Path combined a Monsters Inc. theme with a Valentine's Day theme. However, the following star paths all followed just one singular theme. The Day at Disney was Parks inspired, Majesty and Magnolias was Mulan inspired, Dapper Delights was a Tiana themed star path, and the Night Show was a rock themed star path. Now, the current one, Frost and Fairies, could borderline be considered an opposing theme star path, but for the most part, I fully consider this star path as just a Frosty Fairy star path. It's only the Nightmare Fuel Toy Story statue that doesn't match the overall aesthetic. Now, if they had continued this pattern with later star paths, I would expect a combined sort of Valentine's Day theme and Aladdin inspired star path, like two very opposing styles. Perhaps the Valentine's Day theming would be quite modern. But I'm just expecting an Aladdin themed star path, perhaps titled Arabian Nights. Now, I do think we could see romantic elements in this star path, but I do think they are going to be themed around Aladdin and Jasmine or the Arabian culture. So thinking Moroccan, Tunisian, Palestinian, basically Middle Eastern and North African influence in terms of the aesthetics of the items. Now, I do know obviously there is a lot of variety in the countries that fall under the Arabic kind of umbrella term. There's a lot of variety in these countries, so I do mean this in a very wide generalized sense. So obviously it's quite broad statements that I'm making. So yeah, just wanted to kind of put that out there. I appreciate we could see lots of influence from lots of different countries. It could be quite a bit of a mix of styles, but just sort of looking at it as a generalized umbrella. Now, I do think perhaps we could see if they're going to tie in a romantic influence. Perhaps we might see influence from the grand style weddings that you see. We could see really ornate and grand floral decor and furniture pieces. Basically things that lean into romance but directly sort of inspired by Aladdin and Jasmine, if that makes sense. Now I've briefly touched on my expectations for theming of the star path, let's talk clothing and dream styles. Now truthfully, I am not sure whether we can expect a dream style for Aladdin and Jasmine in the star path just yet. When we got Tiana's star path, we sadly didn't get a dream style for her. Instead, we got one for Donald. So I'm unsure if we're going to get a dream style immediately. There was a lot of criticism over that, so I guess it really depends on whether Gameloft have taken that on board or not. We did see Fairy Godmother come with the Frost and Fairy star path, like her dream style, which obviously tied in because of that Frost and Fairies kind of element, rather than getting, for instance, a Sally inspired outfit. I mean, not that I know what kind of Sally outfit we would get. She only really has one outfit in the movie. So that would obviously limit chances for a dream style for her. But we do often see that in star paths, the dream style that comes in the star path doesn't necessarily match the characters that come with the update. That's not to say that's always the case, you know, certainly the Lovely Monsters star path proves us wrong because we do have Monsters Inc. dream styles in that star path, but it does vary, it does vary. Now, I do have a feeling that dream styles are going to come, but they might come as a later update or perhaps as a premium shop purchase, which if they came as a premium shop purchase, we could definitely see them come in this update, I think. Now, when we do get dream styles for Aladdin, I think we could see his Prince Ali attire or the outfit he briefly wears at the end of the movie, which is a purple styled outfit, very similar in shape to his original attire, just perhaps a bit fancier. I also think Aladdin's dream style will partially be dependent on the look they consider for Jasmine. When it comes to Jasmine, she has 5 outfits in the original movie. She has a teal outfit, which I believe she'll come in as her base outfit, as we've already discussed. We do also have the brown outfit she wears when she ventures into the city. Now, I feel like this maybe looks a little bit plain compared to her other outfits, so I'm unsure if this would be popular as a dream style. We've got to remember, if this is going to be a premium shop dream style perhaps, then Gameloft are going to want to convince us to part with our money for it. You know, we pay money for moonstones. It's going to be a high ticket item, and I'm not sure her brown outfit is really that high ticket of an item. So I do feel like Gameloft could shy away from this look personally. We then also have her red 2-piece outfit, which is from later in the movie when Jafar takes control. Now, I could absolutely see this come into the game. It's a lovely contrast to her original outfit. It would also give her the opportunity for a new hairstyle. I also think the red works beautifully with her skin tone. Now, this is probably the second outfit I think of when I think of Jasmine's outfits in the movie. Maybe I'm alone in that, but that's sort of the second most iconic Jasmine outfit in my opinion. Now, she also has 2 additional purple outfits. We have the original purple outfit, which is sort of like a dress design, and she wears it for the presentation of Aladdin. I think this could definitely come as a more full coverage type outfit, perhaps as a pairing to the Prince Ali outfit. They could definitely come as a bundle together or arrive at the same time. However, I do wonder if this could be considered her princess gown outfit. Now, most of the princesses do have an alternate princess gown outfit. In fact, I think they all technically do. Like, even Rapunzel gets an alternate outfit at the end of the movie. But I'm sure there's always exceptions to the rule, and I'm sure someone will point that out in the comments. But the reason I mention this is that I have a running theory that we could potentially see a royal gown bundle come to the game for the princesses, or perhaps a specific princess themed star path that would have a lot of alternate outfits for the in-game princesses. So if this outfit was considered like her alternate outfit, her alternate princess gown, then perhaps we could see this purple dress coming in a bundle like that, maybe? Now the fifth outfit we see is another purple outfit, but it's a two-piece set, very similar to her style in the beginning of the movie, and we see it only very briefly at the end. And it does match with Aladdin's end of movie outfit. Now this would be a nice outfit to have, particularly as a bundle with Aladdin's end of movie outfit. If we got the two together, it would be perfect. But I think we'll only get these outfits as an alternative style for Aladdin and Jasmine if they come together as a bundle. I do think they're kind of less iconic than Prince Ali's outfit, and of course some of Jasmine's other outfits like the red outfit, but I do think they would make a perfect pairing. So if we don't get an Aladdin and Jasmine outfit as a dream style, then what could we see instead? Perhaps we could see a Mickey and Minnie outfit set inspired by the fantasy spring outfits they wear in Tokyo. I do think the floral details and colours on these outfits would work well with an Aladdin inspired star path. Those rich jewel tones and gorgeous embroidery really reminds me of some of the details for the outfits in the live action Aladdin movie. And we know Gameloft loves a park reference. Now I did try and look and see if there was any specific kind of Middle Eastern inspired outfits for Mickey and Minnie, or even any of the big sort of six, but I couldn't find any in my research. It doesn't mean they don't exist, just it wasn't something I could easily come across or identify. Again, something I'm willing to be shown. If anyone's kind of like a parks expert with the park outfits, feel free to share your findings in my Discord. I would absolutely love to see what potential outfits could come, but I definitely think we could see some sort of influence in terms of the colours and the embroidery and the fabrics, you know, the lush silks and things like that. Now, of course, let's move on to motifs for the star path. I do think we're going to be getting a couple of motifs, you know, in the Lovely Monster star path. We did get a few couple motifs, you know, Lady and the Tramp and the like. And I think we could see a few pop up in this star path, specifically one for Aladdin and Jasmine, perhaps in a heart-shaped motif. We might see one of Eric and Ariel, perhaps one for Belle and Beast. So I do think we will get those kind of generic ones. I also think we will get some geometric style patterns. We do see this often in the star paths as well. I do believe there is a term for some of the specific geometric patterns. I believe the word is jiri. Again, apologies if I've mispronounced that. It's not a term I'm overly familiar with, but when I was doing some research, I did come across this specific type of a pattern. So I could see us getting that kind of pattern to replicate on some Touch of Magic outfits. We also might get some specific Aladdin inspired motifs, you know, Genie, Abu, Raja. I mean, the fact that we have a top in-game that literally looks like it was made with Touch of Magic, I wouldn't be surprised if we got those images as motifs, in all honesty. Now, I'm not really fussed about the motifs, but we know that they come with basically every star path. So I am expecting a few of those to top up those little 10 token amounts that we see. Now let's move on to furniture. Now, I'm expecting a lot of lighting pieces, perhaps ornate chandeliers, candles, ornate lanterns with beautiful intricate patterns. I'm thinking Aladdin and Jasmine date night or wedding inspired decor. I'm thinking golden pieces, bright colours, rich fabrics and the like. Now, the Aladdin movie not only features the iconic magic carpet, but many of the scenes showcase ornate and extravagant rugs, cushioned seats and curtains, even in the markets of Agrabah. So I do expect we could see some furniture themed along those lines. I'm expecting furniture in vibrant colours, deep purples, bright golds, vibrant reds. In Jasmine's own room, we see some gorgeous teal to green like rugs and a chaise longue. There's also large draping curtains. In a later scene in the movie, in what I presume is a location for visiting guests, an annex of sorts in the palatial gardens, we do see Aladdin surrounded by vibrant purple and pink rugs, cushions and drapery. I do also think we could see some stained glass windows or windows with a lattice work pattern. I believe they're referred to as mashrabiyah. Again, sorry if I've mispronounced that word. I do sincerely apologise. We do see something similar in the markets of Agrabah and also around the palace. Now, from what I understand, it's quite common in Arabic countries, and I think if we're leaning into some romantic elements inspired by Aladdin and Jasmine, we could potentially see a kosher, which is typically the seated area where a bride and groom might sit during a wedding. So again, this would tie into the Arabian influence of the Aladdin movie, whilst having a subtle nod to a romantic theme. I can also see us getting some beautiful floral decorations, perhaps floral type gazebos or large structures, some beautiful floral arrangements. We have had some lovely floral pieces recently, such as the Isabella bundle from the premium shop, and some of the greenery items we also had in the Ariel bundle. So I would absolutely love to see more floral decor come to the game in this star path, and I really think we could add some bright and vibrant flower displays in this update. As another item that could come to the star path, I do think perhaps we could see the Sultan's throne come to the game. We already have a version of the throne when Jafar takes over, but in the beginning of the movie, the Sultan's throne is a larger elephant-like structure with a tiger motif on the trunk and a blue throne sat in front of this sculpture. Now, it would make sense to see the opposing throne to Jafar's in the game, but I don't think the throne alone is strong enough of a piece to come to the premium shop. So the only other way I see it coming, if not in the star path, would be as a friendship reward if we ever got the Sultan come to the game. I do think it would be nice to get some Middle Eastern inspired larger furniture pieces, you know, like a gazebo. We had a gazebo in the current star path, so I could definitely see another in this star path. We could either go down the route of some fabric gazebos or tents, or we could have some more of the solid type structures that can be seen in and around Moss. We also have the birdcage structure in the gardens during Aladdin that we see early in the movie, which is a large enough piece that it could come to the star path or perhaps even the premium shop. I do expect we'll see some clothing pieces in the star path for our own character. Now, I personally think it would be great if Disney Dreamlight Valley improved on increasing the number of multicultural items such as decor and clothing, and I think this update would be a great opportunity for them, much like how we got a couple of Chinese inspired pieces for the Majesty and Magnolia star path. I do hope we get some Arabic inspired clothing. Now, I'm going to be mentioning the names of specific types of clothing, so I do apologise in advance if I mispronounce these. Not only are these clothing pieces that are not as familiar to me, but with my dyslexia, I do often struggle sometimes with newer words I learn, as well as older words I know. So please do accept my sincerest apologies for any mistakes I make. I also want to recognise that we can see clothing from multiple countries, so maybe we won't get specific named items, but just influenced or similar in appearance, especially because from the research I did, many of the different countries will have a similar looking item of clothing, whether that's a headpiece or a kind of like gown type situation, but they will have different names depending on the country that you're in. So the first thing that I think we definitely could see would be a traditional headpiece, perhaps like a shelar, a massa turban, or perhaps a kafeh. Again, apologies for the pronunciation, I'm sincerely sorry. We do see a lot of turbans and various headpieces within the Aladdin movie, and it is very typical across various Arabic countries. So I do think having some headpieces will be almost expected. We also might see some more robe-like clothing for the main body part, such as a thobe or a dishdasha or a dara or a kaftan, something that's basically loose fitting but modest. We also might see some outfits that directly replicate the outfits Aladdin and Jasmine wear in the movie, though perhaps in different colour variations. Like we might see a two-piece set that looks like Jasmine's outfit but in yellow maybe, or in pink. I also think we could see a couple of makeup pieces. We have had some makeup details and elements in the star paths before, so perhaps we might see a mehendi pattern for the hands or the arms, or perhaps we might see some heavy thick eyeliner to recreate Jasmine's captivating eye look. Most star paths will also feature a critter or companion of sorts, and I wouldn't be surprised if this update we got a bird-like companion. Birds do feature a few times within the movie, and I could definitely see an Iago reskin of the hummingbird, although perhaps more likely a raven. Now, I don't think we're going to see a monkey companion in the star path, which is probably what you were expecting me to suggest, but I'm going to touch on that later when I discuss the premium store. Now let's talk about friendship rewards we might see. The friendship rewards tend to follow a similar pattern with each individual character, with coins being offered, motifs, and a level 10 outfit. Now, I fully expect for a couple of motifs, we might see an individual Aladdin and Jasmine motif for each individual character. We could also see similar motifs as in the star paths, for instance, of Raja or Abu, or even the magic carpet, perhaps even Genie. I do expect we'll get the usual amount of coins, as I mentioned, with the friendship rewards. Now, in terms of furniture pieces, which is what I would argue we're mostly interested in when it comes to friendship rewards, I could see Aladdin coming with the monkey sculpture we see in the beginning of the movie in the Cave of Wonders, basically where Abu touches the ruby. I do think this would be a fun little reference to add. I also think we could definitely see the iconic lamp come with Aladdin too. Now, I know the lamp is more directly associated with Genie, but I do think I would be a little disappointed if Aladdin didn't come with a lamp of some sort. After all, he was the master of the genie initially, so I do think it makes sense. You know, Aladdin carries the lamp around with him for the majority of the film. We should therefore see him come to this game with a lamp of some sort as a furniture decor. I do also think we're going to get a male-focused clothing piece for his level 10 reward, possibly in a similar style to his Prince Ali outfit for that character. I don't think it will be an exact replica because I feel like that's going to come to the premium shop eventually. And with the Timon and Pumbaa update, both of them had a clothing centered item for the level 10 reward. One in what could be said is a masculine style and one in a more feminine style. But of course it goes without saying, clothes aren't gendered, anyone can wear whatever they want to wear. So I do, with this kind of assumption, expect Jasmine's level 10 reward to be an outfit inspired by Jasmine. Perhaps a two-piece set similar to hers, but in a different colourway than her typical teal base set. Or maybe we could even see a teal type dress to match her colourway, but not exactly the same outfit. Now, in terms of furniture for Jasmine, we do also have her dresser, which we see in the movie. I do think that would be a very cute item to have, and it does later get adorned with a flower, which she actually obtains from Aladdin, which is placed in a vase. Now, I think this item is technically already in the game. I think it's part of the princess shelf divider. So having it as a separate sort of furniture item wouldn't be too tricky for Gameloft to render in game. I do also think we could see her jewellery pieces as an option too, or perhaps even her hair. We did get Merida's hair, so it's not too far of a stretch to get the iconic Jasmine hairstyle, though the question would be if the length provides any difficulties for Gameloft in terms of clipping with the back pieces and such. Perhaps this could be a middle ground or a test run for them, so they could eventually work on getting us Rapunzel's thick and long braid. Now, of course, we can discuss the home that Aladdin and Jasmine will come with, and I possibly controversially, or at least different to a lot of other creators, think that Aladdin and Jasmine are gonna arrive with the Palace of Agrabah. I think they're gonna have a joint home rather than separate. Now, you may be thinking, hold on, Tanya, we already have the palace in game, and yes, that is true. But it's a broken down version of it in a fixed location. And Jafar lives there. So to me, the palace is the only logical home for both Aladdin and Jasmine. They're coming together. I think it's more likely their homes would be combined. And Jasmine is a princess, so she deserves a palace. This would also give players without the DLC the chance to have the iconic palace as well, giving us the opportunity to place it wherever we choose in our worlds, and also making it versatile for dream snaps too. And I am expecting some Aladdin themed snaps next update. I honestly think the palace makes so much sense for them. Obviously, I assumed it will be a scaled down version of what we see in A Rift in Time, but I still think it applies. I just can't imagine Gameloft thinking, hey, yeah, let's just put Aladdin and Jasmine in a broken down home from the Agrabah market like we see Aladdin in the beginning of the film. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I do think, like I said, you know, Jasmine is a princess. She deserves her palace. And I don't see a reason why they wouldn't have the palace, even though we already have it in game. Because what we see in game is not the true palace. As I said, it's broken down. You know, it's in a fixed location. So I absolutely could see us getting the palace for Aladdin and Jasmine. Now, our last topic for discussion will be premium store items. Now, I think there are a few potential items we could see in the premium store. The first prediction is a magic carpet glider. I think after seeing the Frozone glider and the book glider from Storybook Vale, I don't think the magic carpet glider would be too large, which was my initial concerns. Now, I think also it's a bit of a community favourite item. I've seen a lot of buzz around this as a possibility across social networks. So I do think Gameloft would want to capitalise on that in terms of monetary value. And I also think having it as a glider doesn't limit us from either having a magic carpet come as a villager in-game or a companion, however they see fit. I do think that could still be a possibility. Just if magic carpet does come as a character, I have a feeling it would be very, very, very far into the future. Now, the second potential item is a monkey companion. I did briefly touch on this earlier, but we have seen DLC lock companions come to the premium store. We've seen it with the Tinkerbell capybara and also the scholarly dragon. So I think I'm expecting an Abu inspired monkey to come to the premium shop. I do think it's more likely to come to the premium shop rather than the Star Path because of the fact that it's a DLC specific companion, and I think Gameloft would prefer to monetize that than just putting it into the Star Path. I mean, let's face it, items in the Star Path are, well, if we go based on girl math theory, they are free items. By the time you've completed the Star Path, it only costs you 400 moonstones. Spread out across 7 pages of items, each one's worth like, I don't know, maybe like 10 moonstones each. I don't know the exact count, I've not worked it out. But effectively they're free. you know, you do the star path and you basically get all your moonstones back. So I just think anything that they want to make money on is going to come to the premium shop. And I think an Abu inspired looking companion is something that they know they could make money on, and therefore I think it's going to be premium store because they know a lot of players would want to see this. I do also think we could potentially see Abu come as a character much further down the line if needed. We do have direct outfits of some of the in-game characters, so I don't think it's a bit of a stretch to see companions come as eventual villagers in the future. I do kind of look at it and think, I have a feeling they want to make Disney Dreamlight Valley the new version of Disney Magic Kingdoms. And Disney Magic Kingdoms has been going on, what, about 10 years now? And obviously they've got a lot of the traditional iconic characters, but they also have side characters, lesser known characters and things like that. And I truly think there'll be a point that Disney Dreamlight Valley gets to that, where after they've released the main roster of characters, they have to start dipping into side characters and things like that. And I do think this game has the potential to go on for years and years, so long as they don't keep the formula stale. I think they definitely need to make sure they're keeping things fresh and keeping on top of bugs and things like that. But I could definitely see this game becoming effectively the upgraded version of Disney Magic Kingdoms. Now we also could see perhaps a baby Raja or a small Raja come to the premium store as either a unique companion or a reskin of the fox companion. The reason why I say sort of like the baby or small Raja is that I don't see us getting a companion that is like, for instance, as large as Simba or something like that. I just don't see it happening. I think the little companions and critters, the idea is that they are meant to be smaller, more compact. So I do think that we would more likely see a smaller baby Raja or a reskin of the fox companion in like a tiger pattern rather than a full-size Raja. So, you know, and it makes sense, you know, obviously, as I said, Jafar shrinks Raja down in the movie, so it wouldn't be odd to have a smaller version of him in game. I also think this could come as a potential Star Path companion, just because of the fact that they could bring him into the game as a reskinned version of the fox, which I think would have a higher chance of being in the Star Path than if it was a unique base companion. I also think we could see some of Aladdin and Jasmine's outfits in the premium store, either for our own characters or as dream styles for Aladdin and Jasmine themselves. We have seen that with the Mulan update. We did get a Mulan outfit for ourselves. We did... Oh, actually, I think the Mulan outfit that we got, the alternative, was actually in the Star Path. I tell a lie. But we did get Mulan's outfit, like her armor, her warrior outfit, however you want to call it. We did get that for our own individual characters in the premium shop. So, again, I do think this is something that Gameloft would want to monetize. Gameloft, you know, it's their job to convince us to spend. Therefore, I do think they place some of the more fan favourites or big ticket items in the premium store. Now, I do expect we could see some generic house skins come to the premium store. I'm thinking we might get some house skins similar in style to the Desert Palace. You know, we can get some really beautifully shaped architecture inspired by these different countries. So I'm really looking forward to their influence on the game. Much like some of the houses we got during the Majesty and Magnolia Star Path update, I'm really looking forward to the potential of the types of buildings we could get with really unique and beautiful architecture. Now, I'm not going to predict exact buildings from Aladdin. I did this before with the Tiana update. I expected we would probably get a version of Duke's restaurant and things like that. I did actually predict we would get Lottie's house, and we did actually get that. So I was very, very happy about that. But for the most part, my house skin predictions were wrong because I tried to be very, very specific. So I think I'm going to be a bit broader and general this time. so that I have a higher chance of being right. I can do that, right? I can do that with my predictions, yeah. Now, the premium shop does offer us the opportunity to get some more generic and also random items. So we might see some spring or floral based decor. Perhaps we might get some more generic date themed items, couples, tables, or seating, or, you know, a heart shaped swing item, you know, like the kind of swing chair that we got in the Frost and Fairy Star Path. Perhaps we might get something like that, but with like a heart shaped framing to it, maybe. I don't know. I could definitely see us getting a lot of heart or loved themed decor. You can get some real wild cards in the premium shop. But I do think with the update coming sort of potentially just before Valentine's Day, I think we will see a bit of heart or romance inspired influence in the premium shop. I do also expect we'll get a new Goofy stall. That seems to be happening each update. Now, perhaps for the Frosted Heights or the Forgotten Lands, I think we were expecting a Frosted Heights themed one this update, but we actually got a beach one, a summer themed one. So Gameloft really seemed to randomize it and kind of go against the grain to what we might expect. So I think a winter themed or Halloween themed stall for perhaps the Forgotten Lands is probably going to make more sense to Gameloft, even if it doesn't make more sense to us. I would, of course, during this update, if I was Gameloft, I would be making a nice spring floral meadow inspired stall, but as I said, it's Gameloft, so who knows what we're gonna get. Now, either way, I am so excited for the upcoming update. We could have anything, truthfully, but these are some of my predictions for things we might get. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of great items, and it's always nice to get free base game content. I would absolutely love to know your thoughts and predictions in the comments down below. I adore speculating, I adore theorizing and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to hearing everyone else's ideas too. Now, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a like and also subscribe to the channel for more Disney Dreamlight Valley content. Of course, I will be posting a lot over the update, and I will of course do my leaks video once I'm able to find out that information, either from my own research or from the Dreamlight Leaks team, because they are incredibly helpful when it comes to leaking the information. They're a lot better than I could ever be, so credit to them because they are the geniuses here. So I of course will be doing my leaks video when that comes for those that are interested. Of course, if you're not interested, you don't have to watch that video, and you can just watch the decor videos I do and various things like that. And I do hope to do some live streams too. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all the Disney Dreamlight Valley content. I do also do other cozy gaming content if you are interested. Now, I appreciate you all so much, and every bit of support on this channel really helps me out. So thank you for all the love. Now, I do hope you have a wonderful day, and I of course will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!